Why I need to get a 9 to 5? When I get a 9 to 5, my content creation would be so much better because I'll not be doing it from a level of desperation and trying to sell or trying to look for the next SEO. I'll actually do it as a creative person and I'll be able to explore my own creativity. Not that, oh my god, what should I title this video? I just made a video and I posted it and I was thinking, what should I title it? But I don't want to give it a title because I spoke about so many things, an array of different topics. So if I give it a title, I've already just betrayed my own thoughts. If I just leave it as the date of that day, that is perfectly normal. But then I can't leave it like that because how do I expect people to find it? Although I do post some videos and people watch them without a date, but then I also want to do the right thing. And doing the right thing is not posting it with a date. But then again, I wanted to be like, so I did all this to not to still go back to 95. But to be honest, the only reason why I even left my 95 was because actually it was because of my flatmate. Because my flatmate was motivating me that you don't need a 9 to 5, and I felt like, yeah, that's true. But personally speaking, I don't think I have anything against the 95 if it gives you an income and you're using it, and you have a bigger plan of escaping the 95 anyways, or you can even have a 95 and still have a huge company. Life is not linear, man. I'm like, bro. And I would really always be the kind of person that takes my own advice and I do my own thinking. But coming to the UK really tested me, man. And I also lost my weight. And I was unable to make decisions myself because, to be fair, growing up, I usually ask usually my mom for advice before making decisions. A lot of times I ask my dad, but most often than not, I ask my mom. Which is crazy because I spoke to someone the other day and the person said that uh, children do not really ask her for advice, and why should they? Because they're adults, which is weird because it was up to 2022 I stopped really asking my mother for advice, and that actually really affected my life negatively because a lot of things I did I wouldn't have done them. In fact, moving out of my parents' house really affected my life negatively because it affected my moral compass, and I started also, it's like I was pushed into the world without the proper equipment. But dude, I was a 24-year-old guy. Like, dude, you're old enough to even be a family grown ass man. But it's different because I lived with my parents my entire life. So it's not like, oh my god, you should do this or do that. But yeah, let's look for something to teach. Since I'm not even making sales, you might as well just do this thing to the best of your abilities and do it the way you want to do it. And fuck everybody. Actually, fuck everybody. Yeah. Fuck everybody. And I'm not going to title this fuck everybody. I wish I can title this fuck everybody because I want to title this video fuck everybody. But I can't because I have people that will watch my videos and be like, oh my god, you posted this video, you should take it down. But I hate that life. And in as much as I don't really believe Adler's psychology, I believe that part of Adler's psychology, which is, it's not 100% accurate. Like, Adler tells you that as a parent, you should not tell your children what to do. That is bad because a proper parent should tell your child what to do as a very good parent. But sometimes also telling someone what to do every single time robs them their avenue of actually growing. They're unable to grow from their own mistakes. And the only reason why I feel very bad right now in life is because I'm an immigrant. Let's say this place was my country. I wouldn't feel so bad because I love the mistakes I've made. In fact, shout out to these mistakes. But then again, the old me up until last year was not feeling bad with all my mistakes because I felt it was a learning experience. And what is life without some good, beautiful mistakes to teach you things? But now, why am I panicking? Because I'm losing so much money. I'm scared. And my finances are really rocky. And also, I hate wasting my time and my investments. And I would have learned a lot of things that is just a very useless information to me. Like, okay, so I've learned all these things. What the fuck am I meant to do with it? Like, it's a useless information. But then again, it's most of this information is still in the world of abstract. So it's like, is it even real? The curse of an intelligent man. Nigga, you're not that intelligent. If I was intelligent, I would be rich. Intelligent people are not. See, you can't tell me in this life that you're intelligent and you're poor. I will not take you serious. Because if you're intelligent, you will not be poor. There is no way an intelligent person will be poor. Because you know for a fact that wealth, resources, money makes life a billion times lots better. You can't tell me that. So you can't be intelligent and be poor. So I'm not intelligent. So, curse of a man on a discovery journey. But bro, you're already getting too old for this shit. And as much as I want a genie or God to come and save me, I would rather I save myself, because all those existence still feels very abstract. Even God's existence feels abstract. Last night there was some creepy things going on in my living room, and I felt like that was real to an extent, and I knew it was real, but the creature that lurks in the shadows is not a creature that is worth my time. That doesn't mean I'm challenging anything to appear to me in reality, because bro, I'm going to shit my pants. I'm guessing it's the curse of immortal man. Man. I miss the simpler times, but I shouldn't, because that is a mundane level of thinking. Why miss the simpler times when you are meant to evolve as a person? So now I need my YouTube channel to blow up, because this would be a result of my intelligence. So how do I make this YouTube channel blow up? We shall see. Do not procrastinate, Israel. Procrastination is what got you to this level. Yeah, I need to be more proactive. I need to stop thinking that life is vanity. Life is not vanity. The only reason why Solomon, I was thinking of this the other day. The only reason why Solomon would say life is vanity is because in this storybook, when this storybook, man stopped worshipping the being that made him what he was, and he lost his path, digressed, and later said everything is vanity. Of course, everything will seem pointless when the person or the creature that initiated your entire existence, but not even existence as that's giving you life, but that initiated you becoming the superior man, you abandoned that being. Of course, you feel lost and you think life is vanity, and then you now start even going to deal with lesser beings. And I understand when the Bible says that people who have manifested in the spirit of God, like if they now go back to like lower spirits, there it is an unforgivable sin. Because imagine someone has shown you like amazing dimensions, someone with an XP power of 100% deals with you, and then I'm gonna deal with someone with an XP power of 25%. The person with the XP power of 100% is not meant to take you serious again in life, because it's like it's this dumb creature. And the other day I was talking about one man of God I was using on cut words, and I felt disappointed in him. Don't get me wrong, I still feel disappointed in him, but I get it. Micing your words. I've been trying to mice my words, and I've been not looking forward to talk. Like, the human being is a weird creature. And I use myself as an experiment, as a test subject. Because I've been trying to mice my words, I've not been looking forward to make content, because when I talk, I have to start thinking of how to simplify what I want to say and to sound nice, and it's like, oh God. Ugh. But then when something is happening, I'm like, oh, that is so dumb. Like, I look forward to want to talk. But that is not right, because you're not meant to be talking anyhow and just talking shabbily. You're meant to like actually talk properly. Oh my god, it is exhausting and it is irritating. Life is weird. Life is actually weird. But then again, my environment also shapes my thoughts and my activities, or my ability to be a human being, because the people I'm primarily surrounded by, they affect me, and that is why toxic environments are terrible places, bro. Because in as much as I'm saying all that, if I was actually in a very clean environment and I was not exposed to curse words or all that, I wouldn't actually feel like not being able to express yourself using curse words is a bad thing, because on a normal day I will not even be using them. So using them would even feel irritating. And that is why humans are just robots. We are literally just machines that have been programmed based on our experiences that have shaped us over the years, over the course of our lives. That's why if you want to have a child, you should at least respect your child too. Primarily speaking, no matter what, not have a child in a single parent household, because if you do that, unless you lack knowledge, which I'm guessing a lot of people do, but with proper knowledge, you're just fucking up that child. And apologies to you. So, and if you are born in a single household, it's not your choice and it's not your fault, because you didn't have a choice, and it's also not your fault. And I genuinely apologize for you. I apologize to you on behalf of your parents, because I've been doing a lot of reading and a lot of research, and it is not a really nice thing to do. It affects the child's psychology. But then some children are like brilliant enough that, although it kind of affects them, they grow out of it. And some children are born in a perfectly good household and you still don't end up as good as the child from a single household. So at the end of the day, life is what you make of it. People say life can give you lemons and it is your choice to make lemonade. But I just realized a train of thought now, which is that your ability to look at things from a different perspective can shape your thoughts and make you see things in different ways. So I think life is actually life is like an endless cycle of loops, and there is no perfect thought. There's no perfection to anything, because the more you keep finding things, the more you keep knowing things, and the more you keep realizing things. So there's no absolute truth, and that's why in content creation, people telling you to niche down is not an absolution. It's not the truth. It is just what is working right now. That doesn't mean another person cannot create something. Like me telling you that you can create a channel where you can do every single thing, because why? You're a human being and you're only showing people what your life is. You're not a person that wakes up in the morning and talks about marketing from morning to night. No. You wake up in the morning, you talk about marketing, you talk about your job, you talk about your anime, you watch a movie, you talk about girls, you talk about boys, you talk about friends, you talk about anything. Because why? That is what your life encompasses. And trust me, guys, me not wanting to talk about girls and me not even talking, guys, do you know that we're not talking to girls anymore? It's actually affecting my life negatively, and I feel like I'm lacking some form of empathy to people. That is weird. Like it's like I should be accountable for that, because why is it that not talking to specific species of a human is affecting my empathy level? But I'm thinking it's because maybe because I'm a man, because I don't think I do it. I don't think I do it from a place of lust. I try to live I do it from a place of lust. As a matter of fact, I realized that in Nigeria, when I was growing up, I like talking to girls and creating scenarios whereby I don't see them again, so that I'll be thinking of them for days. And it was because of it first happened when I watched Shrek, and Shrek lost Fiona to Lord Farquaad. Then they now took the light. Because they now took the light, I could not continue watching Shrek, and the CD was inside the DVD, so I could not go and watch it in our neighbor's house, because I think someone else could have had lights, but I could not watch it in our neighbor's house. So I was not thinking about it for days, and I was a child, though. I was not even up to a teenager, and because of that, the pain was kind of, I think this is what shaped me to be, I'm not saying I'm a sadist, but I think this thing shaped me to be kind of person that likes that feeling of wanting something, chasing it a little bit and leaving it alone. Oh my god, that is I don't say fucked up, but that's messed up. Because think about it. Like, so I was watching Shrek. Shrek lost Fiona to Lord Farquaad. Then he couldn't have Fiona. And then they're now singing, I heard there was a secret song that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? And they just took the light. And then you know that part where Fiona was thinking of Shrek, Shrek was thinking of Fiona, and then it was like so much pain and emotion. And I was a child watching Shrek, I'm like, and they did not took lights, they did not bring lights for days. So I was not always thinking about it morning, afternoon, night, thinking, like, oh my god, like, I even cried. I was crying like, no, Shrek, please, go, get out. I was crying, I was like in pain. And then after they now brought the light, and I watched the whole footage, and I was like, it was like an orgasm of soul. And I realized that I've actually been recreating that in my existence because, and I'm a child though. So there's this girl that was in my church. Let me even start from one Ife girl. Like this girl, I like Sunday school. So the Sunday school of the church, we used to go upstairs. Then I like this Ife girl, but then I like liking her, but not like having her because I felt like it was sweeter wanting her. I feel like the mystery would die. But that was not even as deep because I never really spoke to her because the truth was because with her I was shy of talking to her. But then there was now another girl when my mom goes for evening service and I'll go with her. And I used to see this girl one night and I was a child. Both of us would just stare at each other like this. And you have to know that this is very deep because I can still remember it very well in my head and we just stare at each other like this. My mom would come and pick me from school, primary school, take me to church, and this girl will be with her grandmother, or maybe her mother, but I think it's her grandmother. And then I'll just be staring at this girl, and she'll be staring at me, just be looking at each other like this. And then when I get home, I'll feel so much pleasure. And that's like sadistic. Now, everything I'm saying might not be extremely accurate and maybe like a proper story that aligns every aspect, but I'm only telling you guys based on my feelings and my experience and based on how I can remember it because I'm not trying to like make up any stories for you, so the accuracy might not be accurate. And then like that happened, then I now realized that after now watching, but that time like I'm going to jump that arc because the other things I could have related to it, they are not actually relative to it, so I'm probably just flowing into a different story and I don't flow into a different story. But the time I now realize that, or what is even making me realize it right now is that I watched this series called How I Met Your Mother, and I watched How I Met Your Mother because there was this girl that had a crush on me that gave me a perfume, and I knew this girl liked me. Like, come on, she even said it. She freaking told my best friend. She even told my two friends. One of them is even my friend that I spoke to the other day. Oh, see, this is why my kind of content to be beautiful, because I wanted to post a video of me talking to him the other day, but I just deleted the video because I was thinking this is not a very interesting story and there's nothing special about this content. But it is special because I spoke to him the other day, and now to pitch, I feel like using people's name, and he's my friend, so I'm safe to say his name. So I spoke to him, called him, and I just didn't want to tell him about my issues because he's been acting weird, and I kind of also understand because living abroad can be a lot, but that's not the point of this story. So he also told Kodim and Stanley to tell me, and he told Tony, but then it's not like she's not cute, but I can't say I didn't want her, but I also didn't want her. But it was not because I didn't want her. I think it was because I like the pain of one. I like the pain of being adored by her and also adoring her, but not having her in 100%. That is fucked up. That is fucked up. That is fucked up. Now, oh my god, don't lose a train of thought. Okay. Okay, now realize. Okay, there was not one event that happened when I watched How I Met Your Mother, and then what's his name? Ted met this girl at a wedding. Then they said they were going to have a very nice time and never talk to each other again. They did it, and I realized that, oh my god, that is so nice. But my god, I'm losing my train of thought. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess I just like that. Or maybe I'm just connecting dots that don't exist in my head right now. But I don't think I am connecting dots that don't exist, because if this is what I think it is, if what is happening to me right now is what I think is happening to me, then I'm meant to like actually really force myself to remember these memories. Oh, man. Or maybe all these things do not actually link to themselves and I'm just the one linking it. But all I know is that at some point I kind of realized that I was starting to like Sasuke, and I like Sasuke because of that isolation and that's being cold and it's not good. So I feel like I like pain, but not physical pain, more like emotional pain. Maybe that's why I like Fault in Our Stars and Titanic, because I like pain. But you know what, human beings should like happy endings. Crazy. Alright, so time for growth. Be a better person. Oh right, I was going to say talking about girls has made me lose my empathy. I think that's bullshit. I think that just made me lose my interest. That just made me forgetting how interesting it is to just care for a woman. And if guys, I'll be honest, it's just not the same thing, man. Like talking to a guy and talking to a girl is not the same thing. I don't know. For me though, it might be the same for you. I can't speak for the next man. But I also think, I don't think that. I think it's just social media. But these days I don't want to talk to anybody because it's just a waste of my time. Moral lesson, bro. I'm tired of putting moral lessons in videos. Moral lesson is you'll be fine.